My name is John Leslie. For those of you who may have listened to the radio over the years, I was on WNBF in the morning show for about 150, maybe 200 years. And over the past couple of years, I've been working with WIVT, Channel 34, and a Did You Know series on the 6 and 11 o'clock news. My wife, Amity, will be around to collect the newly enacted $5 spectator tax that was enacted by Town Council last night. We take only cash or credit cards. For those of you who are getting wet, I'll remind you of the official start of the celebration back in February when it was 10 below zero. So the weather has improved. You want to move over a little?
So you can lift on the table just a little bit? Yeah. It's already moving.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
Here they come.
All right, yeah.
There's a blue tough guy up there. This will be wealthy in his motorcycle. It's going to clear up in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. Well, he's had to stop to clean himself off.
Oh, no, this is the end one.
Yeah. That was not part of the parade, folks. But nonetheless, you had an opportunity to see what some of the fine volunteers in our community do, and that's what this parade and this celebration is all about, the people who make up our community. And they were here officially to display their equipment, but they had to go to work. So think about that as they obviously have a call right within eyesight down here. So best of luck to them. Since the parade has not officially started for us here at the reviewing stand, I've received word that the rain will stop by the time the parade reaches here. Yeah.
Radio didn't reach up there. No what? Yeah. All right. Number 22 got moved. back to number 27.
I'll do it, and then I'll...
What is that?
All right, and 26, 25, and 24 got moved off one spot, and 27 got moved to the end.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about. What division is that?
Division, back in division.
See, what I tell you about the stopping part, huh? You can put your umbrellas away, and as the lead of our parade approaches the grandstand, I'll remind all of you that they will not be sorry to hear your appreciation in the form of applause as the units go by. The parade is being led by 3 area police officers who have an interest in police motorcycles, 3 Kawasaki K2 1000 police special motorcycles. They all came from the Titusville Police Department in Florida. They have been remodeled, now reside in the Triple Cities area, and appear in many parades in the area.
27 and a half seconds in the area, got moved up to number 31. Everybody else got pulled up. Actually, that should be right. Because the Paradise and Constable, about 10 minutes from home. And then Glenwood, then Tracy Creek, and the pickup truck and wagon from CC9. Then Tracy Creek Memorial, the Valley View Line.
Being that those motorcycles are from Florida, this is probably the first rain that's ever been on them. I know Ralph is this, but I don't know the other two. The motorcycle contingent in our parade was arranged by Ralph Pazerski, co-owner of J&J Sheet Metal and J&J Heating and Cooling. Ralph, raise your hand, please, so the audience can recognize you. And Ralph has paid me to remind you that for all of your heating and cooling needs, J&J Heating and Cooling is the answer. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Immediately following the motorcycles, in the town of Vestal's newest police vehicle is a brand new 1998 Chevrolet Tahoe. And that's been driven by my longtime friend, Officer Roy Stem. I've been corrected. It's a 1999 Chevy Tahoe. Any of you go back to 1950? This 1950 police vehicle, police car owned by Doug Coleman, is being driven by Lieutenant Richard Westfall. And passenger in the vehicle is Council Representative Sandy Tillotson. Sandy's in the passenger seat. Does your siren work? There you go. They're here to bust up all the bootleg stills down in the Circle Drive area. This next spot was to have been occupied by the Vestal Volunteer Emergency Squad Vehicle 116, but we saw that depart a few minutes ago, hopefully on a mission that will end soon without any serious consequences. Now approaching the reviewing stand is the Vestal Golden Bears Marching Band. The Vestal High School Golden Bears Marching Band is proud to be part of the 175th anniversary celebration of the town of Vestal. The band is led by Senior Drum Major Michelle Severchek and Junior Drum Major Alex Lynn. The color guard is led by Marjorie Stacy Summers with Rifle Captain Kathy Law and Banner Captain Lindsey Mack. The Vestal Band is under the direction of Patricia Ellis and Assistant Director Tamara Stewart. Arden Wellington, Rob Morgan, Jenny Robertson, and Sue Vanderpool instructs the Golden Bear Band. The musical selection the band is performing and the band played on, a popular tune from the turn of the century. Keep track of the Vestal band as they are anxiously awaiting new uniforms to begin the new millennium. Marching band, the Golden Circle Advance competition will be held September 19th this year. Be sure to keep that night open to see the many bands in competition at Dick Hoover Stadium. Now the Grand Marshal of our parade, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Bursch. In a 1979 Cadillac convertible roadster owned by Gary Wilcox, Dan graduated from Vestal Senior High School in 1975. He received a Bachelor of Science degree in physics from the United States Naval Academy in 1979, and a Master of Science degree in engineering science from the Naval Postgraduate School in 1991. Our Grand Marshal was selected by NASA in January 1990. He became an astronaut in July 1991. His current assignment, he is assigned to the 4th crew that's scheduled to live on board the International Space Station. He'll be launched aboard a space shuttle in early 2000 and return on a Russian Soyuz spacecraft 6 months later. Our Grand Marshal, Dan Bursch.
Is that the right float?
Yeah, there it is.
Here it is, Creations by John L. Tokus and Associates float. Here it is, Can It Is by John Tokus and Associates, serving the Vestal community's hair care needs for the last 18 years. Be sure to stop by their salon and see the many other services that they have to offer. Next is my friend, Dorothy Clark. Dorothy presently resides at the Willow Point Nursing Home. She's riding in a car owned by Brian and Marge Mather, being driven by Margie Mather, and Dorothy Clark is 101 years old. She is Vestal's oldest resident. The carriage past and present historians riding in the carriage are Vestal's past historians. Hyla Rounds is unable to participate in the parade this afternoon.
That's Leamer?
Larry Leamer and Grace Avery, our present town historian. Our present town historian, Betty Barlow, is riding in the carriage.
Very good. Larry Leamer and Grace Avery are past historians, right?
Larry Leamer and Grace Avery are past historians.
The town engineer on the side there.
Yeah, there's our town engineer, is there with the bucket and the broom. Smokey and his master are nationally known. Smokey has over 100 outfits and over 50 hats. He's currently wearing one of them.
Shoot tooth? That's, huh?
Jim Vick.
Okay.
Jim Vicks is Smokey's owner. He's been on both local and national TV shows, has performed many ballets for Carousel City's Youth Ballet at the Forum in Binghamton, has many other articles in local papers as well. 1998, Chrysler Sebring, furnished through the courtesy of Matthews Chrysler Plymouth, Chrysler's premier convertible and rated 31 number 31 domestic convertible car. Riding in the Sebring are William Castle and Harold Clark, two of Vestal's former justices and former town board members. Judge Castle's daughter, Pat Wilson, is walking along with the car. Why are you walking and they're riding? I don't understand this. This is the town of Vestal employees float. It was entered by the town of Vestal employees riding in the gazebo. Raise your hands. Our Highway Superintendent Dave Leonard. He's been a town of Vestal employee for 47 years. His wife Ruth is along with him. Also in the gazebo is Bonnie Lindsay. Hi, Bonnie. She's deputy town clerk. Where's Bonnie? There you are, Bonnie. Children of town employees riding on the float being driven by Charlie Martin, town of Vestal highway employee. And the gazebo was stolen from, without their knowledge, Amish woodwork on Front Street in Binghamton, and they've got to get it back before they are discovered. The Continental, ancient fife and drum corps. The Continentals were established when the UE Colonial Fife and Drum Corps was disbanded in 1952.
What? They're coming fast now.
Yeah. Past members could decide that to continue the tradition begun in the 30s that was started by Mr. A. Olsling Sr. Anyone interested, be sure to call 786-FIFE. Leave a message. All right, slow down here, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Please slow down. Let's see if we get everybody here. Bob and Diane Nishotka, town supervisor, his lovely wife. Frank Valletta, handing out American flag. Emil Bilecki, one of our newest council members, longtime friend. Mike Corson, where are you? Mike Corson, town councilman. Connie Leitner, who is town clerk. Chief Ken Sticker. Where are you, Chief? Over there in uniform? No, that's the sheriff. Why did you raise your hand, Sheriff? Okay. Neil Giles, former councilman, former supervisor Joe Monk. Where are you? There's Joe over there. Rose Fairbrother, former supervisor and my exercise buddy. Jim Reed, former town engineer. Terry Berkowitz, superintendent of schools. Raise your hand, Terry. Do you have deodorant on, Terry? Please put your arm down. Assemblyman Bob Warner and Bob's wife next to him, but then remember in the Bible, Lot had a wife named Lot's wife. Broome County Executive Jeff Cram. Jeff, thanks for all your help during the the weather problems we had last year. It was nice to know you were at the helm. Sheriff Gino D'Angelo, where are you? He's gone already. Was that Freudian or what? Binghamton Mayor Rich Bucci, right there. Hi, Mayor. And our neighbor to the north, Endicott Mayor Dave Archer. Dave. We have town of Dickinson supervisor Michael Marinaccio. Town of Owego supervisor Carol Sweeney. Carol, hi. Johnson City trustee Rip
Dallas?
Bayless. Is it Bayless or Ballas? Ballas. County legislator Brian Mather. Hi, Brian. Almost my opponent. County legislator Patrick O'Day. Assemblyman Jay Dinga, are you there? Assemblyman Dinga? No. Endicott trustee Jackie Salmon. And Bill Miller from Windsor.
Jim Holly.
Jim Holly is there. There's also a sentence at the bottom here. It says, anybody else that you may recognize. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Antique car, John Clark of Vestal. This is a 1969 Camaro convertible. John is driving Port Dick Mayor Jake Wilflay, right? Mayor, thank you for being here.
Is that, what do we got here? 117? That's no, the...
Okay,
115A and 15B.
Next in line, the fine members of our Vestal Volunteer Emergency Squad. And I can tell you that that is Unit 118, followed by Unit 117. We call this the fly car. Gentlemen, that's the fly car. That's the one that gets to the scene to assess the situation. Thank you. That's the latest in ambulance equipment. And immediately behind it is a 1935 Ford ambulance, used by the Endicott Police Department, I don't think currently. This particular vehicle also served the town of Vestal. It's owned and driven by Bob Taylor of Montrose, Pennsylvania. What a great unit. The siren does work, huh?
Engine slows down, though.
The ambulance is followed by the Vestal Nursing Center float, who says there's a generation gap. At the Vestal Nursing Center, the residents and nursery school 4- and 5-year-olds thrive on doing projects and activities together, like enjoying a sing-along with their music therapist, Linda Jo. They're also part of the Eden Alternative, which means their home-like atmosphere is enriched with cats, dogs, birds, and plants. Be sure to stop by for a tour, say hello, and we want to thank them very much for wanting to be and for being in our parade. Thank you, Vestal Nursing Home.
Well, what do you got here? What is all this?
Antique cars, but I don't see anything written.
I don't see any Glenwood Elementary School. We don't have these antique cars.
Iroquois Region Antique Car Association, I believe. That's a, was that made by Mercury, the Comet, I believe? Yeah.
Is any of that on here?
No. These are just stuck in. Next thing you got is Harvey and his.
Okay.
We don't have exact descriptions of these vehicles, but I do recognize that as a Lincoln Continental. What year is that? 1964 Lincoln Continental. Followed by, I can tell you, it's a Ford Fairlane with fender skirts and, what did we call those hubcap spinner hubcaps?
Is that Bob Warner's car behind it?
Okay, we're not sure who's driving it, but we're pretty sure that's Bob Warner's car following. Is that Bob's hand up in the air? No. He didn't want to take the responsibility of being Bob Warner for 1 second longer.
His daughter?
Tell us what year that's a Plymouth, isn't it? 39 Chevy. It was almost a Plymouth. 1939 Chevy. That's got to be a 58 Thunderbird. 1959 Thunderbird. All right. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Harvey Rail. The Tangley Calliope is owned by the Rails. They are Vestal residents. It was built in the 20s. This Calliope was owned by the Ringling Brothers Circus, and the Rails have played it in events all over the Northeast in the past 15 years. They've had it for 15 years. Harvey Rail, thank you.
Is that Glenwood?
Yeah, Glenwood. Yep.
Next at our parade is the Glenwood Elementary School Community Association float. Glenwood Elementary School parents, students, and staff created the float to show that Glenwood students and all of Vestal reach for the stars.
Is this the brownies or no? That's the kids.
And these are the students. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Say hi, kids. Everybody wave at each other. These are the kids that are going to be in charge of the 250th anniversary celebration. Okay. Has the Brownie troop started? Right up here. is the Girl Scout Brownie Troop 114. Brownie Troop 114, first graders from Vestal Hills Elementary School. The leaders are Rita Handiwork and Nancy Land. And they are followed by the Girl Scout Daisy Troop, number 345. Daisy Troop 345 and their leader, Becky Schramm, wishes the town of Vestal a very happy birthday. They're followed by the Broome County Child Abuse Council. And they remind you that it shouldn't hurt to be a child. And right in front of us, is that Bob Nishatka? No, that's the Calera Clown Unit of the Shriners of North America. And their band. From the Wicks Broadcast Group, the WHWK van. Hi. Hi, everybody. Rex Beach of Vestal. Rex is driving a 1931 Ford Town Sedan Model A. It was restored 1975, 1976. This sedan, ladies and gentlemen, has won 50 trophies since it was restored. This car has has fewer miles than mine. It's got 37,000 miles.
Bonnie and Clyde just robbed the bank downtown.
Yeah.
We got their loot. We're taking off at the top.
I understand that the couple you see here are Bonnie and Clyde. They just robbed a bank downtown. And they're waiting for their ride in their getaway car. They're their 31 Ford Town Sedan, Model A. Riding in the car with Rex, or are you now walking? Holly Ponzek and Aaron Miller. There they are. Make your getaway.
Gotta go.
Thank you. Tracy Creek Memorial Church float. This is the first of three that they have in the parade. The first float depicts the church's past congregation singing some of the songs that would have been sung at that time. Our Tracy Creek Memorial Church was founded in August of 1838. Chuck Tennant of Vestal is next. He's driving his 1966 Corvette. Chuck, I'm sorry to tell you that this morning in the New York Times there was a story about the dropping value of antique Corvettes. Anybody want to go for a ride? That's as fast as it goes. This is float 2 of 3 from the Tracy Creek Memorial Church. The pickups are their youngest youth group. The TC Knights holding signs that represent all the various, they're in the pickup truck. The TC Knights holding signs that represent all the various activities of their church today. Tracy Creek Memorial Church of Vestal. Hi, kids. Wave your flags. Everybody wave at each other. Huh? Barbara? Yeah. That Volkswagen that you're looking at is one of the 1973 model Volkswagen Bugs, being driven by Barbara Tennant. And following Barbara is Tracy Creek Memorial Church's third of 3 floats.
It says here our second of this.
This float depicts the church's congregation singing some of the songs and choruses that are sung today at church.
Joanne.
Next is Joanne Williams. Hi, Joanne. Joanne of Appalachian. is driving her 1929 Chevrolet. And the television cameras are part of a Time Warner broadcast. The actual production, the videography is being done by Bob Huckabone and contemporary video for Time Warner. And we don't know exactly when it'll be rebroadcast, but it will be, so keep your eye on the schedule. Barney Wilkins, BW Music Productions. Barney is the director of the award-winning Penn-Dixie Band, which has competed all over the East Coast. In addition to the Penn-Dixie Band, Barney is also the maestro of the 17-piece Barney Wilkins Big Band and also the owner of Apache Junction, a country and western band. Barney is privileged to participate in Vestal's 175th anniversary parade. Barney Wilkins, the director of the award-winning Penn-Dixie Band. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to have you take a look at this next vehicle coming before the reviewing stand. This is a brand new 1999 Eldorado Executive Motor Coach, 28 passengers, bathroom equipped, ready to travel locally, regionally, and nationally. I know a lot about this bus because I own it. It is going to be operated by Executive Fleet and Coachmaster Limousine Service. And from now until it dies a death about 200 years from now, 175 years anyhow, if you've got 26 or 28 people you need to get someplace in luxury, call Coachmaster Limousine Service. They'll take care of your needs. That thing smells like a brand new yacht. It just arrived from Los Angeles 1 week ago. Following that wonderful motor coach is Grace Lutheran Church Sunday School. Grace Lutheran Church serving the community for 50 years. These are members of the Sunday School and Youth Group at Grace Lutheran Church. Hi, gang. Who's the four-legged member? And
Where's the Jewish Community Center Youth Group?
Right here.
okay, the following contingent is the Jewish Community Center Youth Group. Jewish Community Center has been a part of the Vestal community for 30 years. They're a United Way agency that offers educational, fitness, family-oriented, and community-based programs and services for all ages, from infants through senior citizens. And they would like to wish Vestal a happy 175th anniversary. Now, we have, ladies and gentlemen, what my paper here says are miscellaneous antique cars. What do we have here first? What's this first one? 1930 Model A Ford. That's what I took my wife in on our first date. Okay. And that is followed by a 1931 Model A. With a rumble seat in which to rumble. Or whatever you used to do in that. And next is a coupe. 38 Plymouth coupe. That's a beautiful automobile. Do a little round of applause for our antique cars. Special delivery van. That looks to be a Pontiac. 37 what? 37 Chevy. Almost a Pontiac. Somebody will have a Pontiac through here pretty soon. What is it? This is the Ford Cruisin' 1981 Camaro. Wow, what a car, huh? Look at that license plate, Ford Cruisin'. Thank you very much. Lawrence Allen Leamer. Larry Leamer was a graduate of the Vestal class in 1959 and is the author of 8 books, including the best-selling Kennedy Women and 3 Chords in the Truth. His books have been published in 16 languages. He is currently working on his new book, which you may have read about recently, be coming out shortly, The Kennedy Men. Ed Geiges is driving the car. His father is Larry's father is past historian of the town of Vestal. Geiges or Larry? Okay, Larry. I'm learning a lot about this my own self, folks. Larry, the car in which Larry's riding is owned by Patty Fitzgerald of Vestal. There we have a 1998 Llama. 1996 Llama. Okay.
Yeah, where's the bumper scooper?
Bavarian Music Verein. This community band of musicians and singers represents the community and their German heritage. I feel like I'm at Oktoberfest.
Big 8, comrade.
Thank you very much. Our Bavarian community, the German community. That's the end of Division 1. There are 3 more to go. I want to thank Augie Gates, owner of Broom Bituminous Incorporated, one of our major sponsors. Broom Bituminous will be sponsoring tonight's fireworks at Harold Moore Park starting at 9:30 or right after the blizzard is over, which occurs first. Another of our major sponsors is Newman Development Corporation, developers of Town Square Mall. Leading Division 2 is the Vestal American Legion, John Hattie, post number 89. The members of the Color Guard unit are veterans of World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, and Desert Storm. Vestal Post 89 was chartered in 1926. The first clubhouse was on Catherine Lane and has grown from 26 members to the current number of 520 members. Omar Leichner has just completed his term as commander. The Ladies Auxiliary Unit number 89 president is Mary Smolcomb. The commander of the Sons of American Legion Squadron number 89 is Bill Schefter. Approaching the reviewing stand, the Valley View Alliance Church float. Here comes the Ark, presented by Valley View Alliance Church. They're located at the corner of Foster Road and Route 26 South. The Bible-teaching, family-oriented church is in the Vestal community, serving a congregation of approximately 200 people. Lots of programs of all ages, including kids choir, youth programs. Be sure to stop by and visit. Valley View Alliance Church floats. Southern Tier chapter of the American Red Cross. Cora Barton may be somewhere around the vehicle. Where is she? The American Red Cross is a humanitarian. Or is she inside? That's Eric Carr Barton. The American Red Cross is a humanitarian organization led by volunteers that provide relief to victims of disasters and help people prepare for and respond to emergencies. Now, well, there's a walking submarine from Subway. The Subman from Vestal Four Corners Subway, where you'll find friendly service, pleasant surroundings for healthy dining. Stop in, say hi to Thad and his crew at Vestal Four Corners Subway. Subway, they care about you. And they thank us for including them in the parade, and we thank them for being part of it. Dickens the Clown. What the dickens is he doing?
Is that Kyler?
When he is not Dickens the Clown, he is Richard Kyler, well known for his forte as a juggling clown all throughout Broome County. And he has a 30 to 40-minute show that he performs at festivals, parades, fairs, and so on. Dickens the Clown. Handing out free money samples next. The M&T Bank floats. M&T Bank has been in the New York community, the state of New York, since 1856. Their commitment to the Vestal community is stronger than ever. As the banking industry evolves, so does M&T Bank, which is evident in their float. Banking then and banking now. Be sure to see them at M&T Bank, and you'll see that they are all the bank that you'll ever need. Look at the size of those bills. Wow. Just enough to pay your taxes. Thank you very much. Smart Play USA. Here comes Smart Play USA and their mascot, Smarty, the Fun-Time Fox, ladies and gentlemen. Smart Play USA is the ultimate secure indoor entertainment, education, fitness, and fun center for kids of all ages, and the Reader's Choice Award winner for the best birthday parties and the best place for children's entertainment. At Smart Play USA, children can get an awesome workout. In a giant maze, they can win prizes by demonstrating their skills at games or having a birthday party, something they'll always remember. Visit Smart Play USA in the Town Square Mall.
Vestal Masons?
Next in line is the Vestal Masons 1144 F and AM. Did I say that right? Okay.
Hi, Eric.
Harry Holt, are you up there? No kidding. Vestal Lodge 1144 received their charter from Grand Lodge of New York in 1953. They started building their present building in 1961 and moved in when it was completed in 1963. The Masons have been sponsors of a Vestal Little League team for 4 decades. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Cub Scout Pack number 229. Cub Scout Pack 229 from African Road Elementary School in Vestal. And their leader is Robert Speck. And we return the salute.
That was 243.
No, this is 243 coming here.
What was that last one?
That was 229.
229.
This is 243.
Vestal.
No, this is 229 right here.
Okay.
Yeah, they switched them around.
Okay, I guess we're looking at 243. The one in front of them was 229? This is 229. Okay. 229 and 243 Vestal Cub Scout Pack. They are from Glenwood Elementary School at Vestal. John Ames is there, and that's their float in the back. A Radio Flyer float.
Okay, we're going to have a team coming up here.
Okay, Vestal Senior High School Sports.
This is the Vestal Senior High School Sports and Administration float. Vestal's Golden Bears year in and year out represent the Vestal community with pride and dignity and class on the field, on the courts, and the track throughout New York State. The student athletes riding on the float here today are carrying on the rich tradition established by so many of you from our storied past. Vestal is indeed a special place due to the commitments of its people from all areas to the athletic program. They carry the green and gold with pride. now and for years to come. Go Bears!
Hey, John, how you doing?
Now, it says here that Steve Day has asked me to be humorous and invite you to throw tomatoes at the next float. But Steve Day wrote that, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday's Restaurant and Lounge, a reflection of the good old days. This is a 1962 Mercury, furnished through the courtesy of Eric Kritzmer. Who's in there that we know? Anybody?
Will Stafford.
Now we have an anonymous juggler. Will Stafford? Are you Will Stafford? Yes, he says. He can talk and juggle at the same time. He can say yes and juggle. Jugglers will endorse Stafford of Vestal. Fire juggling is his specialty. He learned that after he found out that heat rises. He also does ring tossing, unicycling, and other feats of manipulation. Another of our major sponsors is the law firm of Levine, Golden, and Thompson. They are major sponsors of today's event, along with New York State Electric and Gas Corporation, who, ladies and gentlemen, is providing, are you ready for this? They are providing free electricity for this parade today. They took the time and effort to install poles and electric lines to provide the electricity today.
Is it the submarines?
U.S. Submarine Veterans Long Island Base, the United States Submarine Veterans Long Island Base, is the largest in New York State and in the tri-state area. Their membership is up to 250 members, and they are all qualified submarine sailors who have served on board diesel subs, nuclear fast attack, nuclear missile subs from World War II to the present. Their present base commander is John R. Saley. There's a submarine following them. Submarine traveled to Vestal from Long Island, is a 1/12 scale model of a World War II fleet-type sub. So during World War II, our troops were aboard a ship that was only 12 times that size. Along with the Long Island base is the United States Submarine Veterans Incorporated Southern Tier New York base, formed in September of 1995. The group under the command of Patrick Allman's base commander. And they continue to come. The group meets each second Thursday of the month at Vestal Legion Post 89 at 7 o'clock. Their purpose is to commemorate the sacrifices made by our World War II shipmates and honor those still on eternal patrol to perpetuate their deeds and patriotism. And we salute you.
Commander, past just the media past commander.
Kind of like your husband.
Okay, and waving at us is Omar Leitner, immediate past commander of the Legion. Pat Ullman, who is the base commander. Pat, where are you? Raise your hand again. There you are. Raise your periscope, Pat. Still the United States Submarine Veterans Incorporated, Southern Tier New York chapter.
Knights of Columbus. Okay.
And now approaching the reviewing stand. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the 4th degree Knights of Columbus Color Corps of Broome County. The Knights of Columbus Color Corps.
Is that Color Corporation?
Very handsome gentlemen, thank you. Knights of Columbus.
Yeah, 1966 Plymouth Valiant.
Next in our second division of a 4-division parade is the 1966 Plymouth. Is that a Valiant? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Huh? Plymouth Valiant, driven by Robert Serafini of Endicott. Hobart Serafini, I'm sorry. Hobart Serafini. several senior members of the 4th Degree Knights of Columbus. He's with the Knights of Columbus there.
John Costello. Oh, his car was overheating and he had to get out.
Okay, what do we have here? This is. I'll tell him 219. Or tell you guys.
So this is a 1959 Cadillac Fleetwood. Is this called a 60 Special? It was built in 1959 and it's called a 60 Special. Clint Powell is driving his car. Beautiful automobile. We have more Knights of Columbus members in the back seat of the car. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those rare, limited edition, limited production Plymouth Prowlers. Less than 500 were made. One is here today, courtesy of Matthews Chrysler Plymouth Jeep, 1997 Plymouth Prowler. This was made in 1997, the first year of the Prowler's production. The Matthews Chrysler Plymouth says they would like to give that to somebody here on the reviewing stand. Next we have Jerry Schultz in his 1957 Oldsmobile, driven by his wife Chris Schultz of Vestal. Riding in the car with Chris is John Schultz, who played in Super Bowl 12 with the Denver Broncos. Is that correct? He is not in there, ladies and gentlemen, so cancel Super Bowl 12. Okay. So I do want to mention that John Costello of Vestal was to have been next in a 1937 Chevy Coupe, but he was using Vestal water in the radiator and it has overheated. Next we have the Kirby Band. This band is believed to be the oldest continuously operating community band in the nation. The Kirby Band has been in existence since 1876 with these same members. The band is based in Nichols. Lorraine Bennett of Waverly is the band director and the parade leader. The band leader is Neil Gargas of Appalachian. Thank you. The Kirby Band, the oldest operating band in the United States. There is a collector's club for everything, and this is the Knife Pen military vehicle collector's club. John Barton driving his restored 1941 Willys Jeep.
Or is that a 52 Swiss Army Jeep, whichever it is?
Ed and Alice Roche of Brackney, Pennsylvania, in a 1974 Corvette. Thank you. 74 Roadster. License plate. Bob Munson is next. He's from Vestal, and he's driving his Green Hornet, 1954 four-door Plymouth, accompanied by his wife, Rachel. Bob is one of the volunteers for the Meals on Wheels program. Do you deliver them in your... He does. He says he does deliver Meals on Wheels in his Plymouth. Richard Walekas, driving 1971 Oldsmobile Cutlass, owned by Jerry Schultz of Vestal. And of course, Captain Walekas is a candidate for, I almost said the, and that's wrong. Jack Ellis is along with Captain Walekas, Richard Walekas, candidate for Sheriff of Broome County. Barney Conchar of Vestal, driving a 1949 Plymouth convertible. Riding in the convertible and dressed in 1823 period costumes are Sue Hoyt, chairperson of the Vestal Recreation Committee.
Norma Rosatis.
Along with Norma Rosatis. Norma is not the tall, dark one.
No, we did.
Who is that good-looking person?
in the back. Somebody said that's Frank White in the back there. Next in line again from the Wicks Broadcast Group, radio station WAAL. And their broadcast band. Thank you very much. There is also a pooch in the front seat there. What air shift does the pooch do? Midnight to 6.
Executive producer.
Executive producer. Yeah. And that concludes Division number 2 of our 175th anniversary parade. While we have just a real quick break here, we want to thank Neil Giles, owner of Vestal Asphalt Incorporated. He is also one of the major sponsors of today's activities.
The Organization of
Vietnam Veterans. The color guard of the Organization of Vietnam Vets proudly marches in honor of the men from Vestal who were killed in action during the Vietnam War. He's also members of the Vietnam Veterans. Now approaching the reviewing stand is the Challenger baseball float. The Challenger division of Vestal Little League is composed of 6 teams of physically and mentally disabled players who would not otherwise have an opportunity to play baseball. Their goal is for the players to learn baseball and have fun. The Challenger division plays at Angelo Field on Sundays, and they'll be doing that until their brand new field is completed. Be sure to stop by and watch them play. The rollback is being driven by Jerry Schultz, Vestal Service Center. Thank you and congratulations to the Challenger League. And next on our lineup is the Vestal Cub Scout Pack 221 float. Vestal Cub Scout Pack 221 has 60 members, and they meet at the Vestal United Methodist Church on Main Street. Their pack wants to take the opportunity to thank all of the parents and volunteers to make this great program a tremendous success. Cub Scout Pack 221.
And this is still what?
Please say hello to the Spectrum Drum and Bugle Corps. Spectrum is entering its 7th competitive season. The Corps consists of 13 brass, 14 percussion, 10 color guard, and 1 drum major. The director is Benji Van Kuren, and the drum major is Sean Ellison. Next in Division 3 is our Xavier Lutheran Christian Clown Troupe. Our Xavier Lutheran Christian Clown Troupe is a group of all ages and all religions, led by Charity the Clown. Charity, where are you? They are a colorful, fun-loving bunch, and they love to have a good time. And do they look like they're having a good time, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. Immediately following the clowns is a horse-drawn hearse belonging to the Coleman and Daniels Funeral Home. Coleman and Daniels have been a great help to the parade committee by allowing us to use their facility for today's parade. We wish to thank them for their splendid cooperation. We want to thank them for taking the time to add considerably to our parade today by showing us something that we don't get a chance to see very often, a team of beautiful horses and a truly remarkable antique in our community. Coleman and Daniels Funeral Home from Endicott, Vestal, and Appalachian. In business since 1883. And 2 very important people following the hearse. And I don't mind telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that these people following the hearse had a great deal of concern before the parade started about the obstacle course they were going to have to walk around. There was some discussion about them going before the horses, but we talked to them and said that it would be absolutely all right. The Vestal Police Department DARE program, the Vestal Police DARE unit, has been teaching in the Vestal schools since 1990. Over 3,500, that's 3,500 5th and 6th graders that graduated from the program, which teaches them about the harmful effects of drugs and how to avoid violence. The program also teaches 7th graders at the middle school level. The Vestal police officers assigned to this unit are Sergeant David Burdick, Officer Vincent Cordy, and Officer John Mestry, who was seen here driving the Vestal DARE car. The children marching here today with their DARE t-shirts are 5th graders who recently graduated from the program. Also marching alongside the children and the DARE vehicle is the DARE mascot, Darren the Lion. Let's give them a big round of applause for learning something very important and carrying on the rich tradition of the town of Vestal. Congratulations, kids, for caring about that. The DARE marching group. And there's McGruff, the crime dog. Hi, McGruff. Take a bite out of crime. McGruff and Scruff, Broome County Sheriff's Department DARE vehicle, along with Officer McGruff and his nephew, Scruff. Broome County Sheriff's Department DARE vehicle. Thanks to the officers, too, who contribute a great deal to a very important future for the youngsters in our community. Here to keep kids off drugs. Say hello to the Vestal Hills Elementary School floats. Vestal Hills early inhabitants settled here because of the good farmland and the location near the rivers. The Vestal Hills float depicts the early settlers of Vestal. The Amos Draper family, the Jonathan Crane family, the Leland Jones family, the Robert Harper family, after whom Harper College was named, and Nathaniel Locke and Major David Barney, all represented on the float here today from Vestal Hills Elementary School. Thank you very much. Now you hear the music of the Maine Community Band. Since 1861, the Maine Community Band has provided countless hours of entertainment for nursing homes, community events like this parade. They always welcome new members, so be sure to come and join, and we thank them for making an important contribution to our Vestal parade from the Maine Community Band. There was another sheet on the 204th Engineering Battalion. They gave it to me just before the parade. There it is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, approaching the reviewing stand is the Army National Guard Headquarters Company 204th Engineering Battalion. Now, think about these, ladies and gentlemen. Think about these men and women who serve us so well. The 204th Engineer Combat Battalion, Heavy Construction. This group, located, headquartered in Binghamton, is the most activated unit in the entire state of New York. They are currently part of the Operation Tornado 98 in Mechanicsville, New York. They're also working in Schaghticoke and right here in the town of Binghamton. They were involved in the recovery operations, TWA Flight 800. They were involved in the 96 blizzard, the 96 flood. They were up on Whiteface Mountain. I saw them up there. I saw them down in New York at the Flight 800 crash. They also were called on from Binghamton to work in Suffolk County, the Long Island wildfires, Operation Ice in January of 1998 in Suffolk and Essex County, July 1997 in Utica. This unit from Binghamton has also served overseas in Panama, Guatemala, and Honduras in 1998. There's a Humvee 20-ton dump truck, 40-foot truck trailer, and a bulldozer. Says here there's also a possibility of 10 foot soldiers. Did they go by while I was reading? They do a great job for us, ladies and gentlemen. They really do. They were also on standby to go to Saudi Arabia. In fact, I think they were all loaded and ready to go. And approaching the reviewing stand, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Hi, Snow White. Hi, Seven Dwarfs. Who among the spectators can name all 7 dwarfs? Oh, she's only up to 6. Snow White, 7 dwarfs, and an interloper there with red hair. And now, the Country Grazers. The Country Grazers are a couples country dancers group who's brought together now for 6 years from all over the Triple Cities area. The group does demonstrations at nursing homes, veteran homes, schools, company picnics, and in parades like ours today. The Country Grazers, ladies and gentlemen. And next, passing in review, a 1935 2-ton International stake body truck. This is a typical milk truck used by farmers in the mid-30s to haul milk to local creameries and to haul feed, logs, coal, and so on. William Armstrong of Vestal is driving the 1935 2-ton International stake body truck. Say hello to Tom Van Dyke of Vestal. He's driving a 1966 Corvair convertible. And if you remember, where's the engine in that, folks? It's in the back.
I say Corvair or Corvette.
And Neil Stevens in his convertible 1966 Corvair. Where was that car originally purchased when it was new? Do you know, Neil?
Where was it purchased new?
No. He found it abandoned along the street.
That's not a Bentley, is it? No.
This is Boy Scout Troop 221. Hey, I understood all that. They're making preparations for high adventure hike, canoe trip, or climbing experience enjoying nature and its surroundings. And in the background, we're receiving a demonstration on how to climb mountains safely. And if you don't have a mountain, a rollback from Vandervoort will work. Clayton Avenue Elementary School float. Clayton Avenue Elementary School 4th graders are representing industry common to the town of Vestal 175 years ago. In 1823, many members of our community earned a living as blacksmiths, lumberjacks, tanners, farmers, fishermen, livery workers, and bakers. The children have composed a song which they'll sing as they march alongside the float.
Jessica who? Exmoor?
Jessica Eklaw, 4th grader, wrote that song. Also accompanying the float is 4th grade teacher Nikki Curdy, riding her horse Iceman. School float was being sponsored by Vestal Rotary. Does the president know that?
Ours one?
Arslan Kachadorian, Mr. Trumpet, and his Dixieland Band next. Arslan Kachadorian.
Did you pull it out?
And next in our parade, love that Dixieland, a 1952 Bentley, owned by Mike and Jackie Adams of Vestal. Riding in the car with Mike and Jackie.
What?
Oh, Grey Poupon. Anybody from Grey Poupon? Riding in the car with Mike and Jackie are Joyce Green and Jerry Ellis with the Grey Poupon mustard, if you will. And a 1963 Plymouth. 1963 Plymouth being driven by Mike Cummings of Vestal. This next 1953 white Chevrolet truck is a 1953 Chevrolet white truck. Truck has a 1969 Camaro 307 motor and a 3-speed floor shift. It is being driven by Jack Prince of Vestal, and he is also the owner of it. Will it do a wheel stand? It is now a 2-speed floor shift.
Is that Pocahontas's?
Now, down in Vestal Center, ladies and gentlemen, is the Improved Order of Red Men and Pocahontas's. This is their float. The Improved Order of Red Men, founded soon after the Boston Tea Party, is the oldest fraternal organization in America. The local Kickapoo tribe, 236 of Vestal Center, was founded in 1893. It's the oldest existing organization in the town of Vestal. Hi, Pokies. The Women's Degree of Pocahontas Council 347 was founded in 1950, is now the largest in the state of New York. One of the town's Little League teams has been sponsored by the Red Men for the past 42 years, and the men and women together contribute to many civic undertakings, high school scholarships, a soccer team, help for the needy, and the Alzheimer's Foundation, to name just a few.
They also consume the largest amount of beer in the history of America.
Now the Dream Machine Balloon Company.
Homer?
Richard Homer of Dream Machine Balloon Company in Vestal represents the Susquehanna Balloon Club. Dick and his wife Gail started Dream Machine Balloon Company, flying any day of the week. Weather permitting, they do the mini Speedy Fest from the Vestal Nursing Home the week following the festival. Dick's beard was started as part of the 150th celebration. And he has not gotten it in the propane burner once. There you are.
Celtic or Celtic? Celtic.
The Broome County Celtic Pipes and Drums began as a police and fire band in 1984. Since then, the band has grown in size from 5 members to approximately 25 members today. The band is now a community band, whose members live throughout the northern, and rather the southern tier of New York and northern tier of Pennsylvania. The band's pipe major is Dave Taylor and drum major is Ken Rowe. The drum sergeant is John Solon. The group celebrated its 10th anniversary last year. One of the highlights of 1997 was their debut performance in the New York City St. Patrick's Day Parade, where they won 3rd place in their division. And if you happen to be speeding on 17 today, You can expect to be stopped by this 1946 Ford that was used as a New York State Police troop car. Isn't that a wonderful piece of equipment? Does the siren work? He doesn't know how to turn it on. Not in that car, he doesn't. And right in front of our reviewing stand passing by is the Broome County Sheriff's Department motorcycle and patrol vehicle. They're one of their newer patrol vehicles. Bob Nishotka says he used to coach him in Little League Baseball back in 1922.
John, I heard that.
Vestal Elks, number 2508, BPOE. What? Don't panic, folks. Don't panic on the Figure Skating Club. We welcome Binghamton Figure Skating Club. They invite you to join them for fall fun. They have lessons and fun for all ages. Anybody interested can inquire at Post Office Box 126 in Endicott. Now, BPOE. The Vestal Lodge was chartered in April of 1974. Supervisor Bob Nishotka is a charter member. Nationally, the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks contributed $79 million in volunteer hours and CASA donations last year. And next, Mark Farrow. Couldn't scrape together a disc jockey, so they got the sales manager to drive the Wick broadcast band. You don't ask DJs to do anything on their day off. Augie Gates from Broome Bituminous Incorporated is the sponsor of tonight's fireworks display at Harold Moore Park. Starts at 9:30. You're all invited to attend, of course, or sit nearby and watch. Maybe get down to Town Square Mall and view the fireworks from there. Or you're all welcome up to our house afterwards for a cocktail party. And approaching the reviewing stand on this flatbed is the Vestal Community Band under the direction of Mr. Jerry Natoli. The band has been making music in the community non-stop for the last 10 years. Boy, I bet they're tired. They play at malls, nursing homes, and concerts in the park. With an active membership of 70 musicians of all ages, they encourage all to enjoy making music to join them. They'll have their annual free spring concert, 7 o'clock Thursday, June 11th, at the Clayton Avenue School. The Vestal Community Band. And Armand Olivano is trying to remain anonymous, but I can see him.
Stop, I think. Are you with the community chorus? Are you with the community chorus? Okay, stop for a second.
Now approaching the reviewing stand in the school bus, Vestal Central District School Bus, the 60-voice Vestal Community Chorus. They'll be singing later today at the Chicken Barbecue behind us here at Our Lady of Sorrows. They're a real harmonious group. Rehearsals resume in September. Do I understand that you have a song to sing? Out the windows? Is that correct information? Oh, are you going to sing out the windows, or is that incorrect information? They are singing, folks, with the windows up. So you'll have to listen loud.
Okay.
Thank you very much, the Vestal Community Chorus. Wonderful song. Thank you.
Indian Hills Girl Scout float.
Indian Hills Girl Scouts float. Indian Hills Girl Scouts in the town of Vestal are 600 girls strong. They range in age from 5 to 17 and are led by 80 adult volunteers. Their theme is Girl Scouts then and now as they celebrate their 86th anniversary. Doris Eggleston is on the float. She is the oldest active Girl Scout in Vestal. They're shouting names at me from every direction here. Phyllis Krager, 63 years in scouting, is also on the float. Still lives in Vestal.
How about Evelyn Anderson? Okay.
They're lifelong Vestal residents. They say happy 175th birthday. Okay.
What do we have here?
And we have all marching Girl Scouts. Brownie Troop 106. We have Brownie Troop 121. And say hello to Brownie Troop 317. Everybody wave at each other now. Welcome to the parade. Brownie Troop 191. There's Brownie Troop 191 from Clayton Avenue.
What's the one after that? 480 something?
Okay, group 480, what was that? I can't. 466, Brownie Troop 466. I got that. There's Troop number 35. Troop 605 is here in front of the reviewing stand now. Troop 304, where are you? Raise your hands, Troop 304. Hi. Brownie Troop 408. I thought that was 408. They looked familiar. Vestal Troop 327. Hi, ladies. Are you going to eat all of those Tootsie Rolls? And this is Group 156. Troop 156. And those are the Girl Scouts in the end of Division 3. Barkenberry Newman of Newman Development Group.
Developers of Town Square Mall, Parkway Plaza, and many other locations. Major sponsor of our program here today, along with New York State Electric and Gas Corporation, and Neil Giles, former Vestal Town Councilman and owner of Vestal Asphalt, all major sponsors of today's activities. This is the final division.
We're all going to be dead and buried by the next pillar. The town is closed tomorrow, right? You know, that's beautiful.
Approaching the reviewing stand is Division 4, the final division in our parade today. And if you are even the slightest bit concerned about getting a little wet, remember last Sunday. Compare today's drizzle with last Sunday's problems. The Vestal Middle School Band, directed by Chris Lewis King, Brenda Meckley, and Arden Wellington. The guard is instructed by Bonnie Wellington with assistance from Julie Bernardo. The band is playing Splashdown, a march by Norm Ward, written in celebration of the Apollo space program.
What a great group, huh? Vestal Middle School Band. And now in front of the reviewing stand following the band, Vince and Larry, Crash Head Dummies. Hi, Vince and Larry. Vince and Larry remind everybody to buckle up each time you get in the car. Don't be a dummy. Use your seatbelt. And Vince and Larry are here today, compliments of UHS hospitals, and they are they being accompanied by they're being accompanied by an EMS rep. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let me ask the truck to slow down. Tioga Hills 4th grade students. The 4th grade students at Tioga Hills Elementary School made mini floats of past and present Vestal businesses, schools, events, and local places of interest, and they're displayed on the float here today. Their ideas came from class discussions on our local history, as well as a trip to the Vestal Town Hall and a visit from Elizabeth Bartlow, Vestal Town historian. And these floats were constructed from a variety of materials. Families worked together to design and create the finished products that you see today. The 4th grade students are marching with their float, and the students from Tioga Hills 4th grade say happy 175th birthday to the town of Vestal.
I'll give you $25 for it. You're taking kids?
Oliver? Okay. All right. And the Vestal Youth Football League float now approaches the reviewing stand. Since 1971, the Vestal Youth Football League has fielded tackle football teams for 300 boys and girls at Arnold Park. The 27th VYFL season's first game is Labor Day weekend, September the 5th. Graduates of VYFL played on Vestal High School teams in the 1997 state championship team competition. Broome County Legislator Brian Mather is one of the sponsors of the team, and the float is being pulled by his new Lincoln Navigator. Wendy's? Okay. This float is from the Vestal United Methodist Church, established in 1831. Has provided worship and educational opportunities for all ages, through the ages. The congregation, 985 members, open to one and all, and they sincerely wish the town of Vestal a very happy 175th birthday. Hiram? This is the Hiram Temple Shriner String Band. The Hiram Temple String Band of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Did I say that right? Is it Hiram? They're not arguing, so I guess it's right. The Hiram Temple String Band of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, directed by H. Dean Balcom, has performed throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. They have also performed in Miami, Florida. Why are you here today? In San Francisco, California. They've also appeared in Virginia Beach, Virginia. The band was formed in 1956 and is favored both on the street and on the concert stage. Hiram Temple of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
John Milton of Vestal is next. He's driving his maroon 1947 Chevrolet half-ton pickup. Thank you very much, John.
Man, is this Habitat for Humanity?
Habitat for Humanity is a nonprofit volunteer organization that builds and sells decent, affordable housing to working people who do not qualify for a conventional mortgage. The house is sold at cost and the mortgage is interest-free. The owners have to work a total of 300 hours on their house and along with others. All funds for the house construction are from private donations. No government money is used. They're currently building a house in Vestal on Glenwood Road for a Vestal family. It's a hand up, not a hand out. And which family is receiving the house? On the float? Okay. Next, and now passing the reviewing stand, the Bethel Baptist Church float. Bethel Baptist Church at 300 North Jensen Road in Vestal for 215 years. The Bethel Brass on the float. And next in the parade, where is it? John Warner, the founder of Warner's Gas Service and father to Assemblyman Bob Warner and Assistant Assemblyman Ken Warner. John Warner of Vestal driving his convertible or hardtop, depending on which, 1931 Rolls-Royce replica. Car was handmade Oldsmobile frame and motor. Riding in the car his wife Dorothy and his grandchildren. Fred Hudson of Appalachian driving a 1949 slant-back Pontiac.
I don't know what that is.
And some miniature vehicles from Beck's.
What is it?
Those were John Beck's micro rods. The Family Fun Arcade float is next. Family Fun Arcade located in the Vestal Plaza, which is the town of Vestal a very happy 175th anniversary, a fun place to visit. They were originally going to have some electronic devices on the float, but because of the rain today, they were not understandably able to put the electronic machines on the float. The McGuire Irish Dancers, a traditional Irish dance group under the direction of Joanne Carl and Bernadette Burke. Feels just like being in Ireland. The McGuire Irish Dancers. Did somebody say McDonald's? It's Ronald McDonald, everybody's favorite clown.
And they're passing out French fries. Ladies and gentlemen, pick them up off the ground. And the green and gold colors of Vestal are being sported by Vestal Little League, celebrating 48 years of organized baseball for the youth of Vestal. They have 26 teams and approximately 350 players. Their goal is for the players to learn baseball and have fun. Be sure to stop by Angelo Field any evening or all day on Saturdays and watch the games. Vestal Little League is run by volunteers, and they're all very proud of their organization and the work that everybody does. Have a grand slam birthday, they say to the town of Vestal. I, Vestal Little League. Thank you for being part of our parade, Vestal Little League. John Fedoris, a Ken Wilson Chevrolet salesman, is driving a 1997 Camaro convertible with his children as passengers. Ken Wilson Chevrolet dealership has been in the town of Vestal since 1963 and was the first car dealership on the Parkway. Hi, kids. These are llamas with 2 L's. Peaceful Packers Llamas. Say that after the rest of the evening. Bear and Sydney are led by Jim and Sandy Lockwood. Today, Bear and Sydney are attending their first parade. Llamas are gentle, intelligent animals who enjoy trying out new things. So if anybody has any deep-fried onions, they'd like to try them. And in this 1932, it is a Pontiac at long last. A 1932 Pontiac, driven by Bernie Charette of Vestal. Along with Bernie is his wife, Rhoda. Thank you very much. Is that Walt Slocum? By George, that is Walt Slocum, owner of Cafe Coffee Service. For all your coffee needs, be sure to call Cafe Coffee Service, listed in the yellow pages of the Broome County Directory. Walt Slocum of Vestal, driving 1976 Camaro. Walt is a member of the 7-Tier Camaro Club and president of Cafe Coffee Service. And now the Spirit of 76 Pipe and Drum Corps. In the vanguard of freedom, the Spirit of 76 carries on a tradition that began with the Continental musicians of General George Washington's Army. The Spirit of 76 Pipe and Drum Corps, among their many credits, a performance in the President's Park in Washington, D.C. St. Patrick's Day Parade in 1991 and 1993. Lots of parades and national musters. They've been doing halftime shows at West Point for the past 3 years. And next on our parade on display is an incredibly elaborate 1986 Ford F800 tow truck owned by Gary Wilcox Towing and Service Center. There should be one of these in every garage. Okay, next is from CNC Ready Mix Corporation, founded in 1951 by the Seratani family, still under the same family management. Notice the 175th anniversary logo on the side. They'll be sporting that throughout the celebration. The anniversary committee wishes to express a special thanks to CNC for affixing the anniversary logo on all of its vehicles. Now, one of the major sponsors of our activities and events today, the 175th Anniversary Committee expresses special thanks to Augie Gates and Broome Bituminous for sponsoring tonight's fireworks, which begin at 9:30. We urge everybody to watch the great aerial display. You won't see Augie. He's laying down inside the lowboy. Augie is also on the Planning Commission, is he? The Town of Vestal Planning Commission. And yet another Broome Bituminous Products Incorporated Flowboy truck coming for all of your asphalt needs. And as we get fairly close to the end of our parade, we wish to thank very specially the 175th Anniversary Parade Committee, headed by Sue Morgan and Mary Ann Tomko. They've been working for a year to put this parade together, A lot of that work was in the last 48 hours. The many subcommittees of the parade committee, none of whom have put together a parade before. This is their first effort at that, and a wonderful job they've done, too, for our community. So from here at the reviewing stand and for all of the residents of our town, a very special thanks to everybody who put together today's activities and the activities that are going to be coming up. Now, a truly remarkable group of people, the Vestal Town Highway Department. I don't think you could travel around the face of the earth and find a highway department any better or any more qualified than these men and women.
And he doesn't know how that happened. Gary Madden now is driving the Barney and Dickinson Ready Mix truck. Barney and Dickinson have been in Vestal since the 30s at the same location on Prentice Road. Go ahead, just dump your load right there. It'll be fine. For Albany Ladder,
They're on Old Vestal Road, right?
Albany Ladder on Old Vestal Road, this is an 80-foot Genie boom lift. So if there is anybody in the audience named Genie who needs a lift, this is your chance. It's self-propelled. There is no driver. He's driving from the bucket. We also, in our parade today, from the Wix Broadcast Group, who is one of the promotional sponsors of the 175th anniversary, is WYOS, another member of the Y104, another member of the Wix Broadcast Group from Binghamton. And from the town of, is that town of Shenango? Vestal. Where is Vestal? From the town of Vestal.
What do we have here?
Future Volunteer Firefighters Group. Let's give them a hand. And congratulate them for their interest in a very rich tradition of our town, the Vestal Volunteer Fire Department.
Okay. Is that the auxiliary and the...
In the van is the Vestal Fire Department Ladies Auxiliary. They're also marching. The auxiliary is an organized group of volunteers established to assist our firefighters at any time and to assist the community in any emergency. The group of willing volunteers supports the efforts of the fire department in the protection of our community. And we salute the Vestal Volunteer Fire Department Auxiliary. Thank you very much for all of the years of support you've given to the fire department. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, now approaching the reviewing stand is probably one of the greatest treasures that our community has. Not only do they save us millions of tax dollars every year, but countless amounts of money and property, and certainly in lives, and they donate their services and their time, and they have for years. I'd like to have you all stand up as the Vestal Volunteer Fire Department passes in review today. Think about them last weekend. Think about them, Chief, and all of the officers and the firefighters, and these brave men and women who day in and day out protect us. And last week, when Mother Nature was tearing our community apart, it was this group, these men and women, who were helping us, who left their homes and their families to be sure that we were all safe and secure. Our thanks to these wonderful, wonderful assets to our community, the Vestal Volunteer Fire Department. Let's hear those air horns, guys. Squad 1, hazmat team, hazmat truck. That's M2 from Vestal Center. Tanker 2, also from Vestal Center Fire Station. Ladies and gentlemen, these men and women donate their time day in and donate their time. They're not paid a penny for the service they provide to our community. Look how great they look. Look at the way they keep our equipment in shape. Look at them. This is an incredible display of equipment and training and dedication to service. Squad 2 from Vestal Center. Engine 3, Ross Corners, Bill Oliver. Bill, how many years have you been in the fire department? 1 year. Former Fire Chief Bill Oliver still attends every drill every Monday. He's an inspiration to us all. Don Hunsinger, driving Engine 3. Don, past chief, how many years have you been in the department, Don? Can't remember, he says. George Abbott, driving Tanker 3, another past chief of the Vestal Fire Department. Our applause to you, Chief. There are few professional departments in this country that are this sharp and this good. Foam 4, there are very few fire departments in the United States that have a truck this sophisticated with manpower that knows how to operate it. This is Truck 4, the aerial truck located on the Vestal Parkway at the Willow Point Station. They're up. The Vestal Fire Department operates 4 stations. They have 120 volunteers. Okay, also deserving of our thanks, our near neighbors to the west who helped. This is the Shenango Fire Company. Ever at the ready? Thank you very much, Shenango, for being part of the Town of Vestal celebration. We salute you for your community service. Thank you. Now our near neighbors to the west who many, many times come to the assistance of Vestal residents and we to their residents, the Appalachian Fire District. Thank you very much. Thanks for being part of our celebration. Every year the Vestal Department is in the Appalachian Parade. To the north of us, the West Endicott Volunteer Fire Department. You can turn that nozzle off now. Thank you. They got raincoats on, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about that. West Endicott Fire Department. This is an incredible display of dedication to community service. West Corners Fire Company, part of our celebration. Thank you very much for being with us today, West Corners. Thanks for all your help. Also from West Corners, an articulated Aero Chief 80-foot bucket truck. There you go. From West Corners Fire Company. A reminder that following the parade, the community picnic chicken barbecue directly behind the reviewing stand at Our Lady of Sorrows, music by the Vestal Community Band and Community Chorus. $6 for the barbecue, complete dinner. Join us while we wait for tonight's fireworks. from the Maine Fire Department, their most recent piece of equipment. Just added to the fleet. A brush truck from the Maine Fire Department. This is a 1998 Ford brush truck. Thank you, Town of Maine, for being with us today. And a pumper from the Owego Fire Department. You got an air horn on that, guys? You got an air horn on there? From the Owego Fire Department. Okay. And from the Silver Lake Volunteer Fire Company, they're raffling off a 1998 Ford F-150, so be sure to find out about that. Our neighbors to the south, across the line in Pennsylvania, this is a completely self-supported volunteer fire department. They raise their own funds to operate their fire department, and I've been pleased over the years to be actively involved in that fundraising. They're a great bunch of men and women, and they are really dedicated to their community. We're always proud to have them as part of our community. From the Silver Lake Volunteer Fire Company. Look at the equipment they have here today. That is great. Be sure to attend their Fireman's Field Days coming up in July. The Silver Lake Fire Company. Established in 1948. They cover Silver Lake and Coconut, Pennsylvania. And all the way from Montrose, Pennsylvania, the Montrose United Fire Company. Thank you very much for being here today at our celebration. And also with us today is the Little Meadows Fire Company, the volunteer fire company from Little Meadows, Pennsylvania. They assist us many times in the fire service. Also from Rush, Pennsylvania. Volunteer fire company from Rush, from Lawton, Pennsylvania. Thank you very much. And from Clifford Township, Pennsylvania, a tanker truck. Firefighting country style, here to join us with Sparky the Fire Dog on board. Thank you very much for being with us today. Special thanks to Copernic Observatory and the partners for their support in bringing astronaut Dan Bursch to visit from the NASA assignment in Russia. He is with us here today, our Grand Marshal, Dan Bursch. And thanks to everybody for putting up with Vestal weather. Thank you.